So here it is with Velvet. Tried to smoke a whole bunch of cigarettes and not drink, so I get lots of clicky mouth noises and tongue noises. And without. Tried to smoke a whole bunch of cigarettes and not drink, so I get lots of clicky mouth noises and tongue noise. So this is true magic. Engineers, I'm back with a plugin that I've found myself using every day since I got it. Velvet by Izotope. I feel this one went under the radar and it's worth having another look at, especially while it's still at introductory price of 49 bucks. If at any time during the show you see a QR code, that's going to be to Pluginboutique to pick up Velvet at that amazing price of 49 bucks. And I'm going to show you why and how I use it daily. Velvet's primary USP is as a de-esser, but it's a heck of a lot more than a de-esser. It can shape the tone of your vocals and take out those clicks that come from lip smacks, tongue movements, etc. Are you ready to see it? Let's get it. So according to Izotope, you can think of Velvet as a supercharged de-esser. Velvet automatically splits the input into two parallel audio paths, one set for detecting sibilance, one set for correcting tone. They're then combined back together again. Press the learn button to teach it some sibilance, off you go. This section has the really nasty bit I want to fix.
She dislocates, really relates back to you.
Velvet lets you dial in as many EQ nodes as you want, change the Q factor, change their positioning. You can listen to the delta. The bottom section adjusts the overall tone of the voice as well with spectral balancing. And as a free bonus, you get mouth declicking.
Really relates.
It features downward and upward compression as well.
Dislocates, really relates back to you. When at last her pains have passed, they'll pass right through you. Really relates back to you.
It does a nice thickening on them. I like it.
Dislocates, really relates back to you.
Can check out the difference in the processing. Of course, taking out some of the mouth click.
Really relates back to you. When at last her pains have passed right through you. Dislocates.
Great. I would humbly ask that you subscribe to stay in tune with all the latest in pro audio news, technology, and techniques. And I'd really appreciate a like and a subscribe. Okay, so my main daily work nowadays is in film post-production. And processing vocals can be a heck of a thing. You gotta really compress them, bring them up, but then all the noise and mouth noise comes up. And essing is often a huge problem since I usually get voiceovers sent to me by semi-pro or amateurs recording at home. So I'm going to record some voiceover over my Velvet clip, and we'll clean it up with Velvet. I've tried to smoke a whole bunch of cigarettes and not drink, so I get lots of clicky mouth noises and tongue noises, and we're going to see what Velvet does with that. I've tried to smoke a whole bunch of cigarettes and not drink, so I get lots of clicky mouth noises and tongue noises.
Lots of clicky.
And we're going to see what Velvet does with that. All right. I'm going to get that trimmed up. And let's go get Velvet. Okay, Velvet is added. Resizable interface, always welcome. Velvet is based off of profiles, so you can load in certain profiles. This low add body can sometimes sound really good on me. And we go through a learning process. So I'm going to loop it and we're going to learn it. So Velvet features, Velvet splits your vocals up into two paths. One with just your top frequencies sent into a 6-band dynamic EQ. The other part sent down to the bottom for tonal shaping. Okay, so we can now listen to the top end. So it's highly specific. It's amazing how it isolates S-ing. Each of these EQs can be dynamic. They can compress or they can expand. So you can actually make certain frequencies jump up when they're detected. Q, variable Q, and each one can be a shelf or a bell. And here you can make it turn off all dynamics, downward or upward compression. Okay, and my favorite bit though, I gotta admit. Velvet splits your vocal. Listen to this. Really gets rid of the gross mouth sounds. I'll turn it off. The other part sent down to bottom for tonal shaping using spectral balancing. I've tried to smoke a whole bunch of cigarettes and not. So let's listen to that whole section there. I've tried to smoke a whole bunch of cigarettes and not drink, so I get. So let's try it with it on. I've tried to smoke a whole bunch of cigarettes and not drink, so I get lots of clicky mouth noises. So all those little clicks, especially when I'm speaking, the one full lip opening lip smack there made it through, but that's, you know, much louder. You can even see it right here. Let me zoom in a bit. So I mean, to be fair to it, you can see that click. So here it is with Velvet. I've tried to smoke a whole bunch of cigarettes and not drink, so I get lots of clicky mouth noises and tongue noises. And without. I've tried to smoke a whole bunch of cigarettes and not drink, so I get lots of clicky mouth noises and tongue noise. So this is true magic, and of course it's really intense on dialogue, where it stands much more on its own, and you hear all these lip smacks and stuff, and they drive me crazy when I get them from clients. But this also works great on vocals. There's plenty of times you're going to get these little tongue noises. I'm thinking of moments in songs where maybe you've got the singer up in the mic, whispering in the mic, and you're going to hear all these mouth noises, and whatever they're using to detect this, you know, I assume this is from the modules in Ozone. It's just fantastic at detecting that. We'll do one more recording, and I'll try to get some weird S-ing going on. So as I was trying to say, she sells seashells by the seashore because she sells seashells by the seashore. Tonal mid scoop. So as I was trying to say, she sells seashells by the seashore because she sells seashells by the seashore. So as I was trying to say, she sells seashells by the seashore because she sells seashells by the seashore. Sounds great. That's actually my favorite so far. So, as I was trying to say, she sells seashells by the seashore. Telephones. So, as I was trying to say, cool. She sells seashells by the seashore. Okay, so look what they've done here. She sells seashells by the seashore. Instant telephone voice. So, as I was trying to say, she sells seashells by the... Very cool. I didn't know it could do this.
That's the show for this evening. Thank you for tuning in once again. I'm Dahl, and we'll see you next week. Until then, let's get it.